In this video, I am going to show you how to add new photos to your photo library. So if the images are coming from your iPhone or your Android phone, then the easiest way to add photos is to open up the Mylio app on your phone. If you have already given Mylio permission to access all of your images and have connected your camera roll to the Mylio photo library, then new images that you take should automatically start populating into Mylio. Anytime you open the Mylio app after having connected it to your camera roll, it will always start to bring in new photos. If you haven't already connected your phone's camera roll to Mylio, then you can do so by, again, opening up Mylio on your phone. And then in the kind of upper right-hand side, or kind of upper middle, there is a plus button, and if you select that, you will then see an option to connect Apple Photos or connect to Media Library. You can click on that and follow the prompts. Mylio will ask you for permission to access your images, and you will choose Allow, and then that connection will be made and your images from your phone will start to be brought in. I will note that the Mylio app has to be open on your phone in order to sync. So I usually recommend connecting your phone right before you go to bed. That way you can keep the Mylio app open and let the new images sync. It's also a good idea to turn off the auto lock feature on your phone, because if your phone locks, the sync will stop. Now, if you have photos from a location other than your phone, then there's a few different ways that we can bring in images. So now I am in the Mylio app on my computer here. And again, there is this plus button in the upper right-hand side. We'll click on that. And we can see there's a few different options for where we can get photos from. There is also a guided import, which can be kind of helpful for walking you through the different options. But you can just go through these on your own if you know where you're trying to bring in the images from. So, add media accessible from this device. If we select this, it will open up, in this case, my Finder window, and I can navigate to where my new photos are. In this case, they're right in this new photos folder. So I will click on that and say open, and then it will give us different options of how to bring in your photos. So you have the option to copy them into Mylio, in which case a copy will be made and put into the Mylio folder, in this case, the one that is on my hard drive, so this folder right here. If we copy it, the photos will copy from here into here. If we choose to move the folder contents, it will actually take the photos out of this new photos folder and move them into my Mylio folder. And if we choose to link the folder, it will keep the photos in the new photos folder, and it will tell Mylio to look at this folder. So the images won't be brought into the Mylio folder, they'll remain right where they are here, but Mylio will begin looking at this folder and it will see the images that are in there. So depending on your preferences, you can choose between these three. You can add media from an online service. You can import from Facebook. It is a one-time import, so if you add new photos to Facebook, they won't automatically come into Mylio. You'll have to do the Facebook import again. And then if you use Frame.io, Flickr, Google Photos, you have to have already used Google Takeout to get the zip files in order to do this, but after you do use Google Takeout and get the zip files, you can then use Google Photos and actually upload those zip files directly using this option here, and then Mylio will bring in your Google Photos. You can add media from photos. In this case, I'm on a Mac, so from the Apple Photos on my computer if you wanted to connect the Apple Photos library that's on your computer. And then again, there is this guided import if you want a little bit more of a walkthrough of each option.